The new Transformers Legacy United Optimus Prime is a really nice toy, but his face reminds me of one thing. Kero Kero Ace is a monthly Japanese magazine published by Kadokawa aimed at young teens and older kids, commonly known as a shonen. It was published from October 26th of 2007 to July 26th of 2013. The magazine's name is taken from its mascot, Kero Gunso, aka Sergeant Frog, a character from a popular manga and anime series. By the way, remember him, he will reappear in a future video.
But Silverboy, what are you talking about here? Where's the Transformers?
Well, they are in the issues from May 2010 to May 2011, in the chapters of Transformers Animated The Cool. But for short, let's just call it The Cool. The Cool is a series of short and loose comics that adapt many episodes from the main TV series, while still doing a bit of its own lore. The 10 main issues, with 3 extra ones that we will cover in a different video, were all written and drawn by Naoto Tsushima, who at the time was a veteran of Transformers art, working on many packing mangas for Super Link, Robot Masters. You can also recognize his art style from the Super Robot Wars franchise, Gundam, and Fighting Foodons? The first thing that hits you in the face after looking at the pages of the manga is Naoto's style. Really thick lines and vibrant and bright colors. I can see why he was chosen to work on a series based on animated. And this is just a beginning. I'm telling you, we'll reach some next level drawings late in the series. The first issue is mostly just a cool introduction to the Autobots as they transform in front of Sari. I love this group shot. Homer Simpson Ratchet, Bulkhead stumbling over his own feet, Bee being sweet as a sugar cube, Prowl just being Prowl. Optimus is weirdly pissed off, maybe he's trying to do a cool face for the shot, but before they can try out some other cool poses, they get attacked by the Decepticons. Okay, Starscream makes sense, he attacked them in the episode, but Lakarachnia and Lockdown? The other Decepticons that most of the time worked on their own. TF Wiki says that apparently Naoto just needed to include them because they were in the first wave of the toy line. The issue just ends with another action group shot telling us that now the battle begins. Do you get how it works now? Since each of the comics is basically just a shortened version of an animated episode, this video is going to be a bit sillier and more ad-libbed, since I don't want to just recap what you can read yourself in the links in the pinned comment. Issue 2 continues from the fight, but apparently Lockdown and Black just decided to tap out and go home, but that just lets Starscream have more fun and cool moments. I'm 100% sure Naoto fucking loved drawing Starscream, since in my opinion he has the best expressions in the whole manga. Starscream steals the Allspark from Bulkhead, activates it, and like nukes the city. Jesus Christ, Dragon Ball would be proud. Optimus jumps out, transforms, and clips Starscream wings. Now we have the scene where the animation team killed off Optimus now, to have it over with, and Bee giving us this quote that became a bit of a meme on Twitter some time ago. Sari introduces herself to the bots, Optimus thanks her for reviving him, and we end with Megatron lurking in the dark in his damaged state. In next issue, we jump to episode 6. Well, in Japan it aired as the 8th, since a lot of episodes were skipped and shuffled around due to Takara wanting to promote the toys. Like, you know that the Constructicons episode was just a DVD special? So I'm sure some Japanese kids were really confused when these two suddenly popped up later in the series on a mysterious island in a distant sea. Not like Erie. Another thing from the Japanese dub is that they turned the setting from Detroit to unspecified city that may be Detroit, but it was never named that. And we have Soundwave, who also just kinda spawned out of nowhere with no backstory. It seems it's a trend here with the Decepticons. And Lagnat attacking the forest. But suddenly they get ambushed by Dinobots, who completely wipe the floor with them. But the conflict isn't over, since as the Decepticons are escaping, Grimlock challenges Optimus for a fight, and it just kinda ends. Did like talk things out during the struggle? Did Naoto just kinda notice that, oh shit, I ran out of pages? The Cool 4 adapts Along Came a Spider, Black Arachne's origin episode. Holy shit, I wish this was me. Yes, sorry, got a bit distracted. Yeah, the comic simply follows the plot of the episode. Black Arachne gets angry at Optimus for leaving her in the spider cave. Optimus asks her for forgiveness and promises he will do anything to help her. Black Arachne doesn't care and in anger chucks him at the wall. Holy shit, I wish this was me. We get this lovely panel of Optimus countering Arachne's grab, and as they're supposed to have the cute romantic moment. The fuck? Blackout? You shouldn't exist for like 2 years! Yeah, as I mentioned, this manga came in 2010, so you gotta advertise the new toys. And that means Blackout suddenly gets written into the narrative, escaping from the Jet Twins? Yeah, they also suddenly appear before they should even be born, but Naoto draws them really cool. The next few panels are just a fight between the two new big toys. Holy fuck, Sega looks so good here. The comic ends with Lugnat again escaping with Black Arachne, as Optimus cries out her name. Okay, we're at the halfway point. Art from now is going to start popping. Please, if you want to experience it yourself, go to TF Archive in the link in the pinned comment. I beg you, experience it for yourself, okay? Okay. To anyone that stayed, thank you all for watching, don't forget to like and sub, and since you stayed, maybe I can give you a trivia about how animated was localized. Because for some reason the marketing team tried to say it's somehow connected to the Bay movies. Yeah, you can see how they made the logo in the same deep, brooding metal plate style. And according to a preview article, marketing director Masahiko Yamazaki pulled a Lorenzo and said that animated was modified to be prequel to the 2007 Bay movie? Huh? How? But other than naming Bulkhead Ironhide and describing him as something of a weapon specialist, not that much was changed in the dub. Okay, intermission over, let's get into the cool issue 5. Megatron finally has got the key, and he begins his revival. Look at the colors, look at the shading, look at those details! Holy fuck, this page looks like magic, except the goofy face sounded is pop. And here we have page 3, fully dedicated to showing Megatron's new body. And for some reason Naoto gave him this dog snout. Yeah, after I noticed this little perspective fuck up, I don't think I will be able to unsee it. And now you won't be able to. Megatron assembles his army with him. Starscream, of course, already starts sucking himself up. Megatron smells the bullshit from far away though, so as soon as he can, he pierces Starscream through his chest. I know people don't like when Transformers are like drawn with human face details, teeth, tongues, face wrinkles, cause they make everything look so much better. Megatron's faked smile, Starscream face, screaming anguish, looking like he's choking on his own innards, and the next page we see this. Starscream face, contorted in the last yell of pain that would make some creepypastas blush. And this Megatron hid in the shade in the background. Peak, absolute peak! When I said Starscream gets best expressions, I meant it. After that, Megatron charges at Optimus and fucking grabs him by his throat. Jesus! Megatron single-handedly crushes all the Autobots. Optimus, not wanting his teammates to be defeated, rises and starts attacking the Emperor of Destruction. The fight ends in a massive clash that we don't get to see. Next we see Iron Hope landing on Earth, bringing with him Ultra Magnus, Jazz, the Jet Twins, and this jolly fuck. Like, why is he smiling so much? Before we move on to the next issue, I just need to mention that this magazine came with a card of Optimus swinging his axe, drawn by Tsushima. Those cards were used for the Japanese arcade games named Transformers The Chase and Transformers The Shooting. They also have some pretty interesting stuff in them, so maybe I will do a video about those in the future. The next comic is an adaptation of A Fistful of Energon, which means Lockdown finally reappears. After disappearing in the first comic, he is seen capturing Starscream with Prowl already wearing his armor. Man, this page gives us a combo of Lockdown with the nastiest grin and Prowl with the sluttiest waist. Hey look, Optimus has his gun from the Voyager toy. It's the first time this existed in fiction. For the next few panels, Prowl just shows off his equipment and go buy the toy. But he destroys the park, making him regret using the armor. Damn, Prowl broke some eggs. Sad. Lockdown calls Prowl, saying that the Starscream he defeated was just a copy and the real one was handed over to Megatron. But it turns out that Starscream is also a clone, and both of them have bombs installed in them to kill everyone around them. The Decepticons escape, and Prowl attaches the armor to the bomb clones to send them off into the sky. The comic ends with Prowl taking off the armor, feeling he really doesn't need it, and Starscream lurking in the dark, with the army of clones behind him. 7th comic is an adaptation of A Bridge to Close Part 2. It starts with yet another clash between Optimus and Megatron, as Lagnat and Blitzwing are chasing Bee and Blur. Just look at those friendly faces. Look at these two silly fucks, being proud of what they did. After that we have the sudden cameo of Mixmaster. He came out of nowhere. Suddenly, Starscream comes in, dressed up all in white, with his army of clones. There's a whole page with no text, just Optimus and Megatron fighting the Seekers. It looks great, and hey look, Optimus has his toy gun. Starscream is also really surprised by this awesome team-up. And I love this panel where Megatron laughs at Starscream. Slipstream sees it as an opportunity to attack Megatron with her blast. Megatron notices in time, and he uses Optimus as a living shield. Issue ends with Megatron proclaiming that the universe belongs to him, as Ratchet and Sari race to rescue the Autobots aboard the Ark. Part 8 begins with Megatron standing over the corpse of Seekers with the head of Starscream in his arm. Shockwave calls in, reporting to Megatron. The Decepticon leader says to begin activating the space bridge. But before that can happen, Ratchet and Sari begin blasting at Megatron with Ark's cannons. Megatron orders the clone to fight as meat shields. In response to that, Ratchet calls out for the Ark to transform into Omega Supreme. That of course surprises everyone on the battlefield. And man, these panels with Omega, those smoky cloud-like eyes hidden under the glare of his orange dome. Omega pulls out all of his weaponry and blasts away the Decepticons in a flash of light. Back at the space bridge, Megatron orders Mixmaster to stick in Starscream's head as a battery, since the Allspark shard in his forehead can be used as a power source. Just like in the episode, Bulkhead notes that it's too much power, which will cause the bridge to overload as it starts sucking in everything around it. Optimus uses the moment of confusion to handcuff Megatron before giving him a swift kick into the chin, blasting him off the depths of space. Omega decides to sacrifice himself by absorbing the overload of energy. After the fight, the cave around starts them to crumble, meaning they have to escape. Back on the surface, the Autobots notice that Sari's scar has a weird techno-organic pattern. Isaac Samdak says that there is something he needs to explain. We are in the endgame. And by that I mean literally, since Naoto decided to bring in some elements of Endgame into this adaptation of Transwarped, probably because he knew he wouldn't have time to adapt more episodes. Issue 9 begins with Sari's origin, a little techno-organic pod that scans Samdak's DNA, turning the protoform into a young child. But before everyone starts falling apart due to the emotions, Starscream comes back yet again, operating the corpse of Omega Supreme, handling Megatron like a toy. To combat him, Sari upgrades herself with her key, but that doesn't do much against Starscream. And suddenly Optimus comes in with his Windblade upgrade. This commotion is enough distraction for Megatron to escape Starscream's grab and stab Starscream into his head, just few centimeters from his vital systems. Optimus decides to finish Starscream off, and using Ultra Magnus Hammer, he pushes down Megatron's sword, saving the title that falls dead. Without any distractions, Optimus challenges Megatron for a final duel. At last, the final battle begins. The last issue is just a massive fight between Optimus and Megatron. The combat begins with Megatron finding the still alive head of Starscream, his fusion cannon, that he lost during the earlier skirmish. Megatron bolts on the head of the Seeker onto his gun to power it on, causing it to shoot a massive energy blast that burns off Optimus's jetpack and melts most of his outer plating. In this weakened state, Megatron can finally finish off Optimus with a stab through his chest. Megatron starts taunting Prime, telling him that he will die, with no magical MacGuffin to revive him. But Optimus doesn't need that. He doesn't need Cyrus Key, he doesn't need the Allspark, he doesn't need any magic or high ancient tech. He just needs his own 2 hands and his spark. Cause that motivates him to protect his friends and the whole world around him. As Optimus saying that, the shot of Allspark from Starscream's forehead gets pulled out of him and powers Optimus into a new clear, almost ethereal-like form. Megatron scoffs that if Allspark has any power, he deserves to wield it, and he will use it to take over the world. Optimus responds with a fast sucker punch, explaining that the power will only be used to protect everyone. That hit sends Megatron flying into the air. After crashing down, he still manically taunts Optimus. In response, Prime flies at him and grabs him by his neck, calling out his name. Starscream's head is already grayed out, and Megatron is lying powerless, with Optimus standing over him. Epilogue. Iron Hope is traveling back to Cybertron. There we see the whole planet cheering over their new heroes. The comic ends with the Autobots standing proud, knowing they saved the world. And also an advertisement. Yeah, if you pre-ordered the trade paperback of those comics, you could get the translucent redeco of Activator Optimus. Whew. So yeah, this was Transformers The Cool Manga. A fun miniseries that's a lovely adaptation of my favorite Transformers line. The added manga flair makes all of the action scenes so much prettier. It just shows why the animated designs are so good. You can bend and stretch them so much, and no matter what, they look great. That's also why I'm really happy the characters have a new chance in the market of toys. So yeah, thank you for watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my videos, and bye.